Hello guys, in today's video, we are going to present to you the top 5 best fishing rod available on the market today. We made this list from our personal preference and sorted it based on their features, prices, quality, durability, and reputation of the manufacturers. Check out the description to find out their prices and more information. We have included the links in the description below. If you're here for the first time on our channel, please subscribe and hit the bell button for the daily video notification. So without further ado, let's get started. The number 1 position is dominated by Cadence Fishing CR5 spinning rod. If you spend a lot of time fishing in streams and rivers, the Cadence Fishing CR5 may be the perfect choice for you. It provided accurate casts so we could consistently hit that hole the fish were hiding in. Its construction was also impressive, and when it came to sensitivity, this rod was one of the best, consistently letting us detect the smallest bites and set the hook with ease. This rod did have some drawbacks though. For one, it was almost too light, so depending on what reel you use, the balance can be thrown off. Another issue was its versatility. It was really only made for fishing streams and rivers, so if you're looking for the rod that can do it all, this isn't it. With all that said, the Cadence Fishing CR5 is excellent at what it's built to do and will do well in those situations. If you want to know about the latest price of the Cadence Fishing CR5 spinning rod, check the description box. Moving on to the next, at number 2, we have Daiwa Mega Force Telespin. Sometimes you have to go far to find fish, so it pays to have a rod that travels well. That's precisely where the Daiwa Mega Force Telescopic excelled, extending from an easily storable size of 1 feet 10 inch to a very versatile size of 6 feet 8 inches. This rod packs away quickly and is ready for action again in seconds. It has a great feel for a telescoping rod and helps us sense the lure in the water and detect bites. It was also a great casting rod, consistently casting farther than most other rods, something we appreciated when chasing after fish that jumped nearby. The only real complaint we have about this rod is its lack of features. While it covered all the basics, it didn't have some of the other rod's unique features like hook holders. Overall though, if you want a high portable rod that casts well, look no further than the Daiwa Mega Force Telescopic rod. If this is your desired product, please check the links in the description below. The number 3 position is held by PLUSINNO 2-piece spinning rod. If you want a rod that can do it all without breaking the bank, check out the PLUSINNO 2-piece spinning. While this rod lacks some of the portability found in the first 2 rods, it makes up for it with the balance and features. The ergonomic cork handle was one of our favorites and made all-day fishing a breeze. Speaking of the handle, this rod features an excellent reel seat that kept the reel locked in tightly. It was also a great casting rod with the line running smoothly through the guides on every cast. We do have some minor complaints though. While it held up well during our tasting, the lightweight materials may not be as durable as some of the other rods we tasted, so you may have a little more careful when handling this one. And it's also not the model that packs down smallest, but if these issues aren't enough to deter you from saving some cash, we recommend picking up the PLUSINNO 2-piece spinning rod at a low price for a great product. Is this video making value to your search? If yes, please do like, share, and comment. Next at number 4 of Sougayilang Telescopic. If you're familiar with the telescopic rods, you know there can be some drawbacks. They tend to be stiffer and less sensitive. Telescoping components are more prone to breaking and not as balanced, etc. Unfortunately, the Sougayilang Telescopic had all of those negative characteristics plus several unique issues that we didn't find in any other rods we tasted. One of the most apparent was the size of its guides. They were far too small for a rod of this length and hindered casting. We also had an issue with the reel seat, which on several occasions loosened to the point where the reel almost came off. We also noticed the construction of this rod seemed subpar, and nothing broke while testing, but it didn't feel like a rod that would stand the test of time. One of the only advantages this rod had was its extremely compact size. It was only 1 feet 4 inches in its travel state. With all its downsides, we feel you're better off buying another rod, and while it worked equally during our test, its negatives becomes more apparent the longer we fished with it. Our testers recommend spending your money on a different fishing rod. Finally, at number 5 of cascading Blackhawk 2 Telescopic. When it comes to versatility, the cascading Blackhawk 2 telescopic rod is about as multi-purpose as you could get. It is equally adept at fishing from the lakeshore as it is from an ocean jetty, which we did on several occasions in the same day. It also provided plenty of sensitivity so we could really feel what was going on in the water, and being it's telescopic, transporting it was exceptionally easy. In its travel state, it was compact 1 feet 10 inch, and this proved especially beneficial when hiking out to a few secret spots. The only downsides? For one, we had an issue with the glass tip. It broke after a few uses and we had to order another one. We didn't have any problems with the second rod, so we'll chalk it up to getting lemon. It is something to consider. There was also the small issue of floating guides. They were somewhat difficult to secure when extending, and all in all, if you want a fishing rod that will perform in many different environments, the cascading Blackhawk 2 Telescopic is the rod for you. That's all for today. We upload Amazon product review videos in every single day. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button for the daily video notifications.